us today. It is August 8th, 2021. Just want to talk about a couple things today. Been kind of going through Facebook, been back and forth to Vegas trying to handle some business with the embroidery stuff and getting the equipment. And this freaking fly in here, man, it keeps he stays in my face, man. Like I stole something from him. I ain't stole nothing from nobody. But today is year 8 of Kubai, Ma'at. That's month for Ma'at, which is the 17th month of the Nuwabian calendar. The hour is 30:19. And it's the first day, the first week. As we say, and then Tasha, Asha, day 1. So that's what it is. It's a hot day out here. It's about 100 degrees. Brother trying to stay cool. Trying to help run the nation. Find other good folks to run the nation. And I also wanted to say this is a national radio show where we speak from the nation's perspective. So if you're not part of the nation, you won't be on the show, though you could be a guest on the show. That's always welcome. Now I want to talk about the website real quick. Under the home, if you go to unnm.net, go under the home and you go to fraud alert. We also have a fraud alert now for those taking Nawabu and twisting it and turning it. So I'll let y'all take a look at that. We got blog articles now. I'll name 3 of them. We got More is a Race. You know what I'm saying? We're saying that more is a race. It's not just Muslims from North Africa. That's how the Caucasoid define it, but that we're not Caucasoid, so define it that way. You know what I'm saying? We're different. Right? It's okay to be different. Right? Apparently that's how the creator created it. It's quite different. So nobody knows the creator's plan. Another one, now this is a blog called Accusations, and this one, we're talking about black devils and the word plagiarize, right? Like the word plagiarize is the transitive verb and it's intransitive verb, right? So the transitive verb means to steal and pass off the words or ideas of another as one's own. Now, don't get me wrong. I know Chuck Morgan has been talking about Dr. You're plagiarizing, and to a small degree, I agree with him, right? I agree with him, especially on the Mayan. There's something called the Mayan order. And then you look at the AEO, the substance and the context ain't the same, but the framework, wording, and the narrative are the same. You can see where it came from. But, I mean, if that's Chuck Morgan's best attempt to try to turn anybody away from Nawabu, he's tripping. He'll need to come with a lot more than that. Because like I said, the substance, like we're just starting the AEO again, so the substance is not the same. You know what I'm saying? But the narrative, you can kind of tell where the words came from. So I ain't no liar. You know what I'm saying? I'll say the truth. I say the Hagoop, which is truth. It's Nuwabian. I have no problem with that. Which is Kakuretu, Aot, Bayot, Garfara. I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? So that's just a little bit of research I did. Brothers passed it off to me. You know what I'm saying? yes, you can see the similarities. If you're so biased that you can't see straight to see the similarities, then you're caught under the spell, and there's no hope for you, right? Damn, this fly. This dude is getting everywhere, man. So I just wanted to share that. I'm always gonna be truthful, with the people. Dr. York wrote over 600 books, the founding father. He wrote our Constitution. He wrote a lot of books, that we just reference every day, like the Mind Scroll, Your Potential, the Holy Tablets. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Tablets, which I hate to say, these Sabaens keep saying, don't read it. I'm like, y'all done lost your mind, man. Don't read the Holy Tablets. And then Dr. York said they would foolishly turn away from the Holy Tablets. Now, I don't understand that. I never will. They can't convince me to understand it, so I just stay in Nuwabian. If your doctrine is so weak that you can't convince me, then I'm just gonna stay in Nuwabian. I said that over and over on Facebook. Now convince me. Convince me that you guys have the proper administration in place. Convince me that your doctrine is correct. Convince me that Dr. York wrote these books. They can't do it. They can't do it. Therefore, I can't roll with it. I can't roll with it. So it doesn't make sense to me. Now, you know what? Let me cut off this background music because I can't hear it that good. But I think it might show up in the recording. Let's see. That's the Nuwabian alphabet song. So, yeah, I just don't like people talking like that. You know what I mean? It's like, if I say I'm something, then just accept it as that and move on. You don't hear me saying, "Oh, that's old information. That's you should be this and be that." You don't even know me to say who I should be and who I shouldn't be. So this is all frivolous attempts to try to convert people. And Dr. York said, "Don't try to convert people. Let it just be." If they feel like they want to be part of any of the organizations, and let it be, but they're actively, they're like Christians trying to recruit people. That's just not the way to go. Master Teacher never said that. I never heard him say it on the record, videotape evidence. Man, this freaking fly, man. This fly don't like me. We're going to war, y'all. We're going to war. We're going to war. Now, my wife, she made a concoction of, what was it? Vinegar, baking soda, and one other thing. There were 3 ingredients in there. You spray them on the flies, man, they drop dead. They drop dead quick. So instead of buying cans of Raid, that's what we doing. We just going with the homemade remedy, to get rid of these pesky beasts. These pesky beasts, you know what I mean? So another thing is, and I'm not even, this is kind of like, I'm freestyling this right now on this radio, because, I've been seeing, I watched a Netflix video the other day, and it was talking about the Black Lives Matter movement and what happened when, Michael Brown got shot, and what the reaction was to it, right? Now, this is some of the saddest stuff I've seen Negroes do. And we're not Negroes, we're Moors, right? So there's a distinction. I don't care how, if you for that or against that, that's what it is. That's because Negroes will never rise. They weren't designed to rise by the white man. The white man did not design the Negro to take over what he got. That's what the Black Boule is for. To watch niggas, make sure niggas don't try to rise up over the Boule's masters, right? And then you got these Greek fraternities that, Dr. Ben was part of, Tony Browder is part of. All your Egyptologists are basically these Greek guys And rest in peace to brother Stephen Coakley for exposing these bastards, right? Right? Because they're the Jesse Jacksons, the Al Sharptons. That's why they always call Jesse, hey, Jesse, niggas getting out of control, man. Go control that. You know what I'm saying? Go control these niggas, Jesse. Al, come on, that's your people, man. We pay you good money, Al. Go control the niggas, man. You know what I mean? So it's they're not my leaders, right? The master teacher would be my leader. So you gotta watch out for these things. Gotta watch out for these things. And these people do not, just because they everybody who's skin folk and kinfolk. That's what they say. And it continues to be true. That continues to be true. The black man's worst enemy is another black man. And let me go over the Moors for a minute. Even though I'm a Moor, they definitely not perfect. They are not perfect, especially American Moors are not perfect at all. I'm very against the teachings of Taj Tariq Bey. Nothing that dude says really makes sense. And it doesn't make sense in front of a judge. Now, if it doesn't make it, it's never made sense in front of a judge, and it doesn't make sense in front of a judge now, I ain't gonna follow it, even if you are correct. I'm like, nah, but that's not gonna help me in my case. You know what I'm saying? And they got the RV Bay publications, which years ago I did get an ID before I ran into the United Nuwabian Nation of Moors. You know what I mean? And I would go to their website. I emailed the sister Ras Mariah Bay, and I got an ID. Now I wasn't stupid enough, but luckily I wasn't stupid enough driving without a license, right? You know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to drive without a license, even if it is a fraud or a conspiracy by the state. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can if you want to take that chance of getting arrested, car towed. If you can take that hit, go ahead. Because you do have the right to travel. I'm not saying you don't. But the brother ain't offering you no support. You know what I'm saying? He just telling you, oh, it's a fraud, fill out this paperwork and send it in to the state attorney's office, the Department of Vital Statistics, county courts, the sheriff. I mean, anybody. These packets. These fraudulent packets that they put out, trying to convince you there's a secret bank account or something like that. You never see any money because it doesn't exist, right? It doesn't really exist. It's just a way for these guys to get money. There's also a brother who's joining the nation. He's actually going to be a minister. Actually, he fell. I ain't going to name any names, but he fell victim to a scam. There was some more. This brother seems mad confused. Not the brother got scammed, but the brother pulling the scam. He's supposed to be an Nuwabian tribe member, but all he does is spit out this U.S. paperwork stuff. So this is a warning to anybody listening to this broadcast, this recording. If somebody's talking about paperwork or the government can't touch you, automatically a scam. If he's saying, oh, you don't have to pay your scam, if it's too good to be true, it is, and it's a scam, then they're just looking to take your money. Like one of them is Dr. Raleen Bay, scam artist. This dude is a big-time scam artist. Everybody stay away from him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stay away from him. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, these Moors, these American Moors, really. I don't think Nuwabian Moors are too much into that, but these American Moors are. Supposedly follow Noble Drew Ali. And I'm like, where in Noble Drew Ali's teaching did the prophet talk about scamming people with a straw man doctrine? A straw man doctrine in which the founder is a racist white boy named Roger Elvick. Roger Elvick, right? Look that up on your Google. Search that. Search that. You know what I'm saying? Search that. You know what I'm saying? This is not one of our doctrines, right? This is why we try to set up our own courts. We got our own land in Arizona now, and we are building the community, right? We got water tanks, trailers. We got all kind of stuff out here now, man. And that philosophy does not work. When you go into a U.S. court, respect the law. Respect the law. Respect the law. Now, if you get a rogue judge or something like that, yeah, call him out. Call him out. You know what I'm saying? Like in Dr. York's case, the judge had the court date on Martin Luther King's birthday. You know, that's a procedural error right there. You know what I mean? There's other things going on, like the EGOWAS case, which they lost horribly, in which douchebag York was part of, right? Douchebag York. He was part of that. Yeah, Brother Muhuta said it. Shout out to the sister Tabijet. She's a brave woman. I support her, even though she may not support me because I call myself a Nuwabian. You know what I'm saying? And I have my reasons for it. If she can't respect it, then forget her. I mean, I would like to say something else, but I'm going to keep it PG-13 and say forget her. I'm a Nuwabian. That's it. There's nothing that's going to change that. So that's my culture. That's what it says in our Constitution. That's what I'm rolling with. That's what I can verify that Pops did right? Now, let's go back. Let's get into the Pops said doctrine with the Sabaens. They follow a doctrine that we call the Pops said doctrine, right? In which I actually conversed with one of his sons. I ain't going to say any names. Keep it confidential. You know me. I'm tight-lipped. I'm more of a secretive man than a public man, but I can play both roles. So I conversed with the brother, with the good brother, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, somebody came up to him and said, hey, man, your dad said this, this, and that. And he looked at him, he said, oh, yeah? How you know my dad said that? Oh, because somebody said this and somebody said that. My dad didn't say that. My dad didn't say that, man. He didn't say that. That's facts. See, that's a Nuwabian. Nuwabian don't ask questions. I guess Sabians don't ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Now you could take this as I'm ish talking, or I'm being too critical of Sabians, but you guys have been too critical of me. So if you can't take it, get the hell out of grandmama kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Grandmama cooking up some stuff in the kitchen and it get hot. Sometimes the grease get popped. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't stay in the kitchen, then get your ass out the kitchen. Don't say nothing then. Don't say nothing. Just be like, look, blah, 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 blah. We don't want to, we're not Nuwabians anymore, we're Sabians. I can respect that. I have no problem with that, matter of fact. I have no problem with it. But when you start saying Pop said this and said that, you lost me there. Because you can't confirm that. That's all hearsay. You can't confirm that. So we don't roll with that. That's just something that goes against the code. It goes against the code. Now, Pop said before, if you didn't see me say it, hear it on the tape, see it in the video, maybe in the newspaper. Well, not even the newspaper, because sometimes newspapers be lying and misquoting people. He's like, I didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? That's why he made the audio from the Isles of Patmos. He talked about brothers on there. He talked about the Chief Latif. Peace to Latif. I heard he doing some good work out there. You know what I mean? And in other words, you got to stop saying Pop said this and said that. And then somebody question you about it, and you ain't got no answer. There's no confirmation. So, now Mario did have something about when he talked about Asaru, the fake chief that was before me, the pseudo chief that voted for himself, in which the Sabian assassin couldn't even get to the truth of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because we still got it's actually on the fake UNNM channel. You know what I'm saying? It's on the fake one under the German Asaru Ankh Amun Re El. And I'll give him that. He actually went to the county and changed his name. You know what I'm saying? So I guess these Caucasoids is going at it harder than these Moors. You know what I'm saying? And usually that's the case. You know what I'm saying? You go to different Kemetic groups and they all Caucasoids. But that's a group I can't join. Can't join a false group. I'm not into false things. I'm only things you can prove. Right? Pop said if you can't prove it, throw it away. Throw it away. Ain't that what Pop said? He said throw it away. He didn't say believe me, the Pop said doctrine that these dudes is pushing. He didn't say nothing about no Pop said doctrine. All false things will perish. Eventually, they all will perish. We are in the sun cycle. We are in the sun cycle. The children that were born after 1970, man. Y'all supposed to be the teachers. You know what I mean? Y'all supposed to be the teachers. That's the first half hour. It's the first half hour. So, I'm not understanding the Pop said doctrine. Matter of fact, a brother gonna put out a book called The Pop Said Doctrine, where everything that everybody's been saying will be in the book, as used as an example and a lesson for people to stop believing people when they say and they only say Pop said this and said that to get control over you because they know you believe in worshiping Dr. York, which you're not supposed to worship Dr. York. You could follow Dr. York, you could walk with Dr. York, but he never said worship him. Not one time I've ever heard Dr. York say worship me. But y'all some worshipers, man. Right? You know what the Imam says about worshipers, man. You know what the Imam says about worshiping. So I will let you guys have the Pop said doctrine. That's not Nuwabu. It's not the nature of nature. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's in a brother's nature to worship. You worship Muhammad, you worship Jesus, you worship Moses, and now you worship Malachi. Right? Malachi. Now you worship Malachi. You know what I mean? So he's your Rab. He's your sustainer. And in Nuwabian, he's your Rabub. He's your sustainer. Right? So I don't really care about that, right? We don't really care about the Pop said doctrine because we could shoot that down quick. Now, I heard the brother Amun Numa, is that his name? I think that's a Sabian assassin now. I like some of the things he says. Now, he brought my name up the other day that I would like to address, brothers and sisters. I would like to address the brother because he has no idea what my name means. He's all brothers out there. Of course I'm going to do my own thing. You think I'm not going to try to do my own thing? But it's within the framework of Nuwabu in the nation. Not Pop said doctrine. See, you believe in the Pop said doctrine. Some crap you can't prove. Right? Some crap you can't prove. The Pop said doctrine doesn't exist. That don't exist. Now, I have read the Potteract. I think I got all the Potteracts. I like them. I like the Potteracts. And more than likely, I think Dr. York did write those. It does sound like he might have written those. Now, Dr. York is speaking with a different tone now. If you know poetry, you know words, syntax, word order, diction. If Pops did write it, he's writing from another point of view. Maybe another being has entered him into which he's writing these words. right? Or it's just Pops this time. I don't know. That's all speculation. But what ain't speculation is y'all brothers can't prove that he did write it. That's facts. Y'all can't prove it. That's straight up just facts. And on the West Coast, a physac. From California, from LA, so that's a physac. You know what I'm saying? That's a physac. And since y'all brothers can't prove your allegations, and there's no substance to it, it ain't real. It's not real. You guys just made it up, like white people make up the ancient Egyptians. They just made it up. I heard this dude Denta Ray say that the Sumerians were white. He said they're Caucasoids. But that goes against science. I told you these brothers do not preach science. We are Nuwabians. We do science. This is a spiritual science. We are 9 ether beings. We don't have time for the theology. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time for theology and speculation. We deal with facts. You know what I'm saying? Monos, sarcasm, theos, theory. You know what I'm saying? That's the god of sarcasm. The monotheos. You know what I'm saying? We don't deal with theories. We don't deal with thejos. You know what I'm saying? We deal with the netierbo. You know what I mean? We deal with the Cushites. Those are the Sumerians. Suckers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all dudes believing in ghosts and witches. You know what I'm saying? The leader of your tribe is a witch. Explain that one. Explain that one. And y'all haven't even rebutted Sister Tabajet. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Ertad Yakul. No, I'm sorry. Ertad Anu Yata Sata. May Anu be pleased with what I'm saying today. Let the master teacher be pleased with what I'm saying today. Let my fellow brothers and sisters in the Shoshone, Washita, Yamasee, Aniyawiya be pleased with what I'm saying today. Everyone else, I don't care. You could not be pleased with what I'm saying today. You know what I mean? You could be not pleased with what I'm saying today. That's fine. You're not supposed to be pleased. When the girl gets called out for being a hoe, yeah, she's not pleased about it. But, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. We don't care if she's pleased about it. If her behavior dictates what we're saying. Right? So, other news, what's next for the nation? We've been trying to reach out to people and get good members. And what I mean by that is someone who just wants to help people and they're interested in Nuwabu and they're educated. They've been to the military or they've gone to a 2-year, 4-year college. They have a degree, or at least they attended college, undergrad, grad credentials. Because this is what it takes to raise a nation. These dudes out the street ain't gonna do it. Trust me. And people who've walked with Dr. York, elders too, tell them, oh, yeah, I don't need any teaching. I learned from the Lamb. You know what I'm saying? And can't even keep a wife. Can't keep a wife. It's sad. You see brothers in 65, 70 that can't keep a wife. You know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of interesting stories. I ain't gonna put it out there like that, but I heard quite a bit as the president, and it's scary. it is scary how unstable the Negro's mind is now. He's definitely fulfilled the white man's prophecy as far as destroying his own people. Where the white man ain't even got to do it. He ain't even got to do it no more. So it's the black devil. The greatest enemy we'll have now in this day and time is the black devil. You know what I'm saying? Now hold up. Going back to what I was talking about, this Netflix series, right? It's like the Black Lives Matter series. Now the particular episode I seen was the one in Ferguson, Missouri, where the young brother, the young Moore Mike Brown, got shot down. Right now, he got shot down in front of his in the same apartment complex where he lives. So that's kind of messed up by the police, man. That's jacked up. You know, another brother fell in victim, not to gang violence, but by police violence, right? Now that happened. You know, what do you do? You know, understandably, the people in the community, which were all Negroes, right? Don't know if any Moors were there, but they're all Negroes. You know, they're getting hot. You know what I'm saying? Anybody would get hot, upset. But, you know, they turned to marching, right? We know marching does not work for the average person. It didn't work. Martin Luther King, it didn't really work. You know, Martin Luther King, Salem, Montgomery, the different places where the Poor People's Campaign, though it was a valiant effort, it has not changed black people's lives it hasn't changed it one iota uh, till this day, right? It ain't really changed nothing. Black people are still in poverty. Every major city in America, now has a street called Martin Luther King Boulevard, right? Which is the poorest sections of the city, right? So Martin Luther King didn't do anything there. And then when he woke up, right, he started talking to Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They killed him, right? Because they didn't want him to wake up because the man had power, right? The man had power. He was a brother with power. He was a Moor with power. He can, you know. And that's another thing I want to talk to after. Give me a second. Let me write a note. Um, let me see. Okay, this is what I want to say. Okay. All right. This had to take a quick. If I could talk. I had to take a quick note on something I wanted to touch upon. So anyway, the organizers. First of all, this was like a propaganda video because you could see images of these two young sisters. They were lesbians and they had two daughters. I guess one of the girls used to be straight. She had a baby, and I think they adopted the other one. So there's two girls, two little girls, and then it's a lesbian couple. So these people are subliminally trying to put messages in your head that this is the family, right? This is the new black family. Lesbians and just raising girls, right? No men at all. So this is an anti-man, anti-normal family, right? And the girl actually talked about, what's a family? Is it a man and a wife? Is it two women? No, no, no. It's always been a man and a wife. Discussion over. Discussion over with. A marriage between a man and a wife. That's it. There is nothing else. There's nothing else. It could be capitulating or something. You know what I'm saying? You guys want to elope. Okay, cool. But in my opinion, it would not be marriage. You know what I mean? This because you got left wing media that pretty much wants to push out what marriage is. They're unable to penetrate my household, so they failed there. The left wing media will have to try harder, right? So anyway, these people go marching, and then these brothers and sisters, I feel for them because they screaming in front of the cops, saying, "We will not go. Please don't shoot me dead. I got my hands up my head." Please don't shoot me dead. I got my hands up on my head. I'm like, that sounds like some of the weakest stuff I ever heard in my life. Are you serious? Please don't shoot me dead. I got my hands on top of my head. Why don't you just say, Master, don't give me my meal. I didn't work all day out in the field. I mean, it don't get no more slave minded than this. And I'm like, dang, in 2000, that was 2014. Negroes haven't changed one iota, one bit, man. And I'm like, I would never be part of this. Never. I would never be part of that. There's not enough dignity and respect there. I demand more dignity and respect as a Nuwabian. I demand more. You know what I'm saying? Now I've seen another documentary. There's brothers in St. Louis like, hey, the cops ain't looking out for us. Most of our people ain't looking out for us. We got to hold these guns. We got to fight for something because marching ain't gonna do nothing. Marching is dead. That's a dead concept. Yeah, it'll bring some attention to the issue and get corporations involved. And I guess the leader of the Black Lives Movement, one of the lesbian sisters, bought 3 houses. She quit. She balling now. She balling out of control now. She's like, I don't need Black Lives Matter no more. I'm balling. I got 3 houses. She's a millionaire now, y'all. Is that what Black Lives Matter was all about? Making millionaires from George Soros? I'm like, man, get out of here, man. Got to demand more respect. But the Negro has, well, black means death. I mean, black means death. If you're calling yourself a Negro, a nigger, or a nigger mean the same thing. You're just trying to make it sound cool. You know, black people good at making stuff sound cool. They make gangbanging sound cool. They make murdering people sound cool. Getting a little white girl to make it sound cool. Black people are very good at that. Very good at twisting something negative and trying to make it seem like it's positive. They very good at that. The Negro is fantastic. Shooting up dope, that's cool. You know, running from the law, that's cool. Yeah, they make all that stuff sound cool. You know, the Negro has mastered that. You know, oh, what up, my nigga? That's a term of respect. That's a term of disrespect. I'm like, man, don't call me no nigga. I'm a man. I'm a Nuwabian. What you talking about, a nigga? You better go talk to your friends down the street, fool. I ain't no nigga. I'm a Nuwabian man. And all praise due to Malachi. From the West Coast, man, we don't play around like that, man. We out here building the nation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all complaining, talking about this person. Oh, he's doing his own thing. That's not what the master teacher said. Oh yeah, you know what the master teacher said? Tell me. He told you to your face? Or he told you on the phone? Can I listen to this phone call? Can I listen to the recording? Okay, if I can't hear that, you didn't say that. We don't believe. Belief is out the window. I thought Master Teacher told y'all that. The belief is out the window. And he said that on record. Belief is out the window. There is no Pop said doctrine. Somebody made that up in a Sabaen camp. You'll never hear a Nuwabian say, oh, Pop said something. Oh, where'd you hear it from? Oh, okay, theology versus factology tape. This is where he said this, and that. Or the Black Book. This is where he said, that's what a Nuwabian would say. A Sabian would be like, oh, he said this, and that. Oh, where did you get that from? Where can I reference the documentation? Oh, you're lying. Shut up, you're lying. There's some kind of money profit in it for you. There's something in it for you. That's why I don't even take heed to it. I just let it go through one ear and out the other. I'm like, he said what? What was that? Oh, what? He said what? Oh, did he say that? Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Now, point me to the documentation where he said that. Oh, you can't find it. Oh, little Ray told you down the street. Little Nook told you down the street. Oh, okay. We'll tell little Nook Nook he's lying. He's lying. Sorry, little Nook Nook. Little Nook Nook lying, y'all. Nuwabian, stand tall, man. Stand tall. Stand tall against the black devil. Stand tall. That's an order. You know what I'm saying? And all the brothers from the Ansar Law community, peace to y'all, man. Y'all the foundation. Don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let nobody tell you different. Y'all the foundation of Bushwick. You know what I mean? I'm all the way out west, but I recognize game. You know what I'm saying? Refer to Holy Tablets, chapter 19, tablet 6. You could read about the travels of the master teacher, right? And these no good black devils saying, don't read the holy tablets. They say, don't read the holy tablets. You know that got to be some black devils. Talking about the holy tablets is irrelevant. Irrelevant? Explain this. Explain this. And they talk about it's religious, but then they come out with a book called the Psalms of Yanun? A Nuwabian nowadays would never come out with a book like that. The Psalms of Yanun. They don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know what they're talking about. Now, not all Sabians are saying that. You know what I mean? I heard there's some Sabians that don't read the actual facts of Patarak at all. They still refer back to the old scrolls. Right? Now, those brothers right there should be writing books. You know what I'm saying? And if you're well learned in the Wabu, or what they're calling Wu Sabat, which is not Nuwabu, right? It's not an elevation of Nuwabu. It's not a modification of Nuwabu. It's something totally different than Nuwabu, right? I'm setting it for the record right there. It's something totally different from Nuwabu, which includes the Pop said doctrine, which doesn't exist. It only exists in the mind of the black devil trying to take power via financing. They want your money. They want your money. You know what I'm saying? If you give me some money, I give you value in exchange. I give you the product in exchange because that's business. That's Nuwabian business. We don't take your money and make excuses on why we can't give back your money. We just give it back. Here, you don't want the book, we give back your money. Ain't nobody begging for your money, fool. We're respectable men and women over here. We follow the family guide. We don't beat up our women like I heard they do. They beat up their women, y'all. The sister Taba just said they punching girls in the face and Damian Pryor's headbutting chicks. He headbutting girls. He fighting them like Tyson, y'all. And then skating out to Ghana with 30,000 in fraudulent money he stole from people. You know what I'm saying? The demon has priors. I told you that. Told y'all that on Facebook. I saw this demon has priors. So y'all can continue following that stuff if you want to. Know what I'm saying? Times is getting critical. Times are getting very critical. And I wish I was more involved with the master teacher's freedom. As a nation, I wish we were all involved with those who are officially part of the nation. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I'm a Nuwabian. Well, how could we prove that? Are you a Nuwabian in your heart? Or are you officially a Nuwabian? You know, if it's official, we got to see some paperwork. Got to see some paperwork. From the old administration under the master teacher, we got to see some paperwork. If we don't see any paperwork, we cannot take your claim seriously. So you would have to join the new administration. And we don't care about how you feel about that. That's irrelevant. The mission is everything. Your feelings are irrelevant unless your feelings are aligned with the mission. We're taking it back to the Black Panther Party days. And not the new Black Panther Party. They're corrupt. But the old one, Y'all need to watch Judas and the Black Messiah, and y'all will know exactly what Brother Madhuta is talking about. And Madhuta means one with knowledge. Amun Numa. One. The brother is like 50 years old with no wife, no children. That says a lot about a man. With no wife, no children, and is 50 years old, and is talking like he's 25 years old. That says a lot about a man. Talks about it, a man from Planet Risk, right? Where some people just hit plateaus in their personality and they grow, then they stay. You know what I'm saying? Now he's doing good with the language. I give him that. The Musbatia language, he's doing quite well with that. I'll give him that. I give credit where credit is due, y'all. Don't hand me that crap. You want to talk about this? I'll challenge the dude anytime, anywhere that he want it. Anytime, anywhere that he want it. Don't matter to me. Yeah, to it. You know. Kabrefu, Aud, Hazaramu. I know not this person. I just hear him on the Pamuz Bhakti channel. Talking about this person, that person. Usually, he'll have a problem. Oh, people are still calling themselves. So what? What does that have to do with you? What they got to do with you? What other people call themselves? Why are you in other people's business? Are you a trick or something? You one of them gossiping tricks or something? Why this nigga always talking about what people call themselves? What's the dude's problem? He ain't matured yet. He's not a mature man. That's why he doesn't have a wife and no children. Or he chooses not to talk about them ever. I hear about me talk about my wife sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I got one daughter. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I have the God on the way. My son, the God, he coming too. He coming too. Because I'm Nuwabian, the son of Anu. And my son will be here. My son Marduk, he'll be here. Mari Utu, he'll be here to set the record straight. Hopefully he's one of the ones that'll go to the Crystal City. Because I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to be here teaching and running the nation as a true leader should, while I let these old folks reminisce about the master teacher while they let everything go to dirt. They let everything get crushed, y'all. You try to ask these old dudes for help? Nah, I need permission from the master teacher. How the hell you gonna get permission from the master teacher and the master teacher in prison? It don't even logically make sense, y'all. They're not even practicing Nuwabu. They just followed the master. They had their pom-poms out, doing cheer dances for the master teacher, while the real students were in the world researching and coming back with real questions. They were just waving their pom-poms at the master teacher. And probably some men wanted to get with the master teacher. You know how tricked these dudes were. You know what I'm saying? They worship it so much, they could have flipped the script on us. You know what I'm saying? Now, I hope it didn't go that route, but you never know. You never know. You never know. So, these are things that you have to think about when you think about the past. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of people are still stuck in Christianity. It's good to study Christianity. I'm not saying everything in that book is bad. It's just the way that they teach it. They avoid a lot of scriptures to only fit their narrative and their dogma, which the master teacher talked about. That's all theology. It's not factology, it's all theology. A factologist would look at every word in the Bible and break it down, right? He would get the proper tools and go back to the original translations, right? That's factology, which is what we teach at the HTM University. You need some facts? Come sign up for the university, join HTM. You want to get away from the pop said doctrine? Join HTM. And if you show well enough, your grades are well enough, you're studying well enough, you'll be invited to A-Law. That's the way it goes. Discipline and structure. Not Pop said doctrine. That's foolish. That's stupid. You're throwing your soul off the cliff when you do that, something like that. They say a soldier dies but once, but a coward dies 1,000 times. Only cowards follow the Pop said doctrine. And then when confronted, they throw a temper tantrum or tuck their tail in between their legs. Because they can't prove nothing. They know the foundation of the Nuwabu is evidence, experience, and reason. They know this. They know it. If it's a well-learned brother saying this Pop said stuff like Mario Jessup, he's a perfect example of Pop said. And Victoria Broussard, who didn't really do anything for the master teacher. She couldn't even get him a medical transfer. You know what I'm saying? They asking for money in an ECOWAS case. Check this out, y'all. I confronted douchebag York, right, on Facebook when I was the VP. Douchebag York was asking for money for the ECOWAS case, right? So I looked on the internet, saw the ECOWAS case, saw the case law, saw the case itself, and the case was already decided. Pops lost horribly. You know, because I think somebody tried to use a fake ID to try to prove that Pops was a diplomat of Liberia. And Liberia and the judge just laughed at it like, dude, this is fake. Who the hell did this for some amateur? And, you know, douchebag York used to make fake IDs. Guarantee that's the person who did it. Again, I can infer that he did it. Do I know 100%? No, I don't, but I can infer. I can infer. If you don't know what infer means, get a dictionary out, look up infer. Okay? So this is the type of representation that the master teacher gets? It's terrible. I'm glad Sister Tapa Jet is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm glad that she's taking on the responsibility as a goddess to see to the well-being of the master teacher, since none of these people will let anybody else in to help the master teacher now, because they want to control the flow of information from the prison to themselves. You know what I mean? And they're working with the feds. So I don't really understand. And another thing is I don't understand. Hopefully a Sabian brother can answer this for me. If Dr. York was going back toward ancient Tamaray, right? Everything he did, he started off with Nuwabu in 67. Y'all, we weren't ready. I won't say y'all because I was probably still religious too. I wasn't even born yet in 1970, so I was born in 80. So he walked y'all through Islam, Christianity, Mosesism, Sumerian, right? Sumerian Cushite doctrine. So through that whole time, he was taking us back to ancient Egypt. Now, when did he decide to make a left turn into Napata? If it's about ancient Egypt, why did he make a left turn to Napata? Nabata. We would say Nabata because there's no P in Nuwabic nowadays. Right? And I'm not saying nothing negative or positive. I'm just kind of questioning, just kind of wondering, really, why make the left turn to Nabata? Why? Why do that? I don't know. So, yeah, so if anybody's interested in the Nuwabic language class, it's every Monday. The class is not too big right now, but it's every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which would be 8 Eastern Standard Time. So if anybody's interested, you could email us at operations@holytabernacleministry.org. It's spelled just how it is in standard English. So again, that's operations at holytabernacleministry.org. If you want to buy a Tarbush, National Tarbush, you can go to UNNM.net, UNNM.net, and go to store, and then go to headdress. You should see our headdress is there. I think we only got one right now. holytabernacleministry.org. You can find a small amount of books on there right now, but we're adding to it, especially the original Doctrine. We're definitely adding to that. Mind Liberation series. AMOM is not for sale to non-members. You could probably find it somewhere else, but we, as the official order, won't sell you most of the books. Now, some of the books are for people interested in the order. We're starting up the AEO again, but that'll be a slow process, which will probably take a couple years. So that's about it. There's government seats that are open, clan mother seats that are open. We need to really get qualified individuals who know how to handle business, who know how to talk to people, who can agree to disagree calmly, right? As the Quran said, those who are calm are blessed and can walk the path of righteousness, and not get excited and start being ignorant and like Amun Numa. He gets real ignorant. He gets upset. You could tell he can't control his emotions, and he's like 50-some years old, right? So that's pretty sad. It's sad. It's below standard. Very below standard for a man that age. So, and sisters, if there's any relationship advice that you need, as an Imam High Priest, and along with another brother in South Carolina, a good brother, friend of mine, who raised me up spiritually, those services are available too. It's not going to be like a Caucasoid psychiatrist type deal. So if you're, I know the Negro always looks to the Caucasoid as authority in like a God figure. So if you're in that mindset, do not call me. Don't call the order. Don't call me. Just call your Caucasoid leaders. Call your Caucasoid leaders, Negro. Negroid. I heard one of the books say, one of them Sabaen books say, we're from Negroid land. Oh man, I mean, you can't go more backwards than that. We're from Negroid land. I forgot what Patarak it was. If I find it, I'll put it in the notes. Dude said we're from Negroid land. Wow. And said that Dr. York said that. Wow, that's amazing. That's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. You went from Nubian to Nuwabian Moor back to Negroid land. You went backwards. I guess they're gonna start calling themselves colored in a minute. I mean, keep walking backwards. That's fine with me. I mean, I can't really stop y'all. So if you want to keep walking backwards to nigger stuff, then go back to nigger stuff. I mean, I got no problem with it. You're not a Nuwabian. So I have no problem with it. And I don't think all black people are my people. I don't. We're different cultures. I don't understand them. I don't understand black people. I really don't at this time in my life. I don't understand them. They think they're a color. I think I'm a human. I think I'm a Nuwabian. They think that they're colored. My history started in Ganawa millions of years ago. Their history started on the slave ship. I speak Nuwabi. They speak Ebonics. We're not the same. Give a goddamn what your genetics is, boy. We ain't the same people. We ain't the same culture. We ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm fully Nuwabian. I've been initiated. That's where my heart's at. That's where my mind's at. You know what I'm saying? We've evoluted. It's the evolution. You know what I'm saying? The evolution from Negro to Moor, back to Moor, because we were Moors before until we sold out. But we were just weak. We were too nice to the Caucasoid. He took over, taught him, and we taught him too much. We will never let that happen again. We will never teach this bastard the degrees again. Look what they're doing with the world now. They're about to blow up the world. They're about to pollute the world and taught the Chinese how to pollute the world. China's all polluted. You know what I'm saying? They got it from the Caucasoid. Caucasoid trying to clean up their act now. We'll see if they can do it. I don't know. But I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this with the affirmation. You know what I mean? Gadbor kela la shitabiwu zer banzun sanmus butimta. Anakum zahuba bu adyerma shir butimta. Zer kela adyerma zahuba num. Anakum faru shir butimta. Zer butimta faru shir num. Anakum asher kar butimta. Zer butimta asher kar num. Kekelu karwedetu ama faru shir butimta. Zehu ama faryudun. Kekelu kawesehu ama. No, I messed up. Kekelu kawesehu kela fara karchezu zahuba butimta. Kamer hafuzum kiru admud zahuba butimta. Anukum nenseb eshad. Butimta haklenu kaklenu. Butimta hekelu kekelu. Butimta habmelu kabmelu. Wadu.